The original idolaters, many people in their lives, they assume modes of behavior and values because that's the way things are. They never delved into it. Is it right? Is it wrong? If society behaves this way, or families accept this, you accept it. Do people ever reflect and do like an analysis? Is it right? Is it wrong? If society is doing it, must be right. If you're not prosecuted by it, and it's not an offense, and you're not classified as a criminal, evidently it's okay. Let's say people, they lie. You grow up in a society, people lie. They're dishonest. They don't steal, but they don't tell truths. So if a person doesn't reflect on the reality that a person doesn't speak the truth, is not a quality person, he doesn't speak the truth. You have to understand what it means to be truthful to appreciate what it means not to be truthful. That's the way. That's the way you advance. By seeing the negative, you appreciate the positive because you don't want to be in the negative. You want to be in the positive column. And the more you appreciate the positive, the more refined you become. And there are other opportunities that you notice and you see, and that's where you go to become that more special person. And you seek out role models which could assist you to become that much better person, whether it's education-wise, intellectual-wise, mentoring-wise, behavior-wise, every-wise. The Torah refers to possessions, one's assets, as yukum. Yukum. In Hebrew, the word to stand is to come. Come. Kufmem. Vayokom, as he stood up. That's Vayokom, or he rose. So why possessions called kum, yukum? Because what gives a person a sense of self and confidence and stature? Your financial status. You have possessions, you speak differently. You have a different degree of confidence. If a person, God forbid, loses his assets, his financial, and he has nothing, he's not as confident as he was before. He's not the same person. He doesn't stand securely on his feet. When you have the means, he stands secure, steadfast. If that is taken from him, he's not as steadfast. He's not as secure. My father, Hashem, used to tell a joke. Not a joke, it was a story, but it's a lot to learn from. In Europe, they had people who are preachers. They're called the Magid. They're Magidim. And they come and they speak for communities. And very often they came to motivate the communities in Judaism. And they would raise money for certain causes. Whether it's to support Jewish education, to support widows and orphans, support the needy, okay? So this person comes to a community, and he knew one of the wealthy people. And he says to him, and he was a tzaddik, this person. He goes to this wealthy person and says, I'd like to borrow 100 gold coins for a week. So this wealthy man knew who this man was. There was no question he's credible and he'll get his money back. He gives him 100 gold coins. Okay? Puts the gold coins in his pocket. He gets up and he speaks to the community. Community have all kinds of people, wealthy people, poor people, mediocre people. And he delivers a sermon there. He moved that group that afterwards he really succeeded. And people opened their pockets and their hearts and they helped him out. Okay, right after he finishes the sermon or the lecture, whatever he gives, he knocks on the person's door who he borrowed the 100 gold coins from, and he returns it. Within 3 hours later, he's giving back the 100 gold coins. So the person says to him, when I gave you the gold coins, I thought you can give it back to me in a week. I wasn't expecting it back so soon, 3 hours. So he asks him, so why did you borrow it? Evidently, you didn't use the money. So why did you take it from me? So he said, when you have the 100 gold coins in your pocket, it talks different than if you don't have the 100 gold coins in your pocket. It's a different sense of self. When I have it, I am. You don't have it, what are you? And that determines how forceful or how direct you could be and how cogent you could be in terms of what your delivery is, in terms of the message that you delivered. The Mishnah tells us, who's a wealthy man? One who's satisfied with his lot. You have a person very wealthy. He could write any check. This man has a sense of self because of his accomplishments and what he could do with his money, how many people he employs, how many people he dictates their lives due to what he does. So what about if he would lose it all? He lose everything he has. You know something? And he would try to push himself off on other people. They say to him, mister, you're not what you used to be. And one time I had to put up with you. And one time I had an interest in you. Because is no longer here anymore. Therefore, you know something? Don't trespass on my life. Go find somebody else to step on. What about a person's a somech b'chelko? He can't write the check. He doesn't wield the power that these other people wield. He could go toe-to-toe with any of these people. You know why? Because he knows who he is, regardless of what he has and what he doesn't have. Because he is who he is. And if you know who you are, and you know who you are is what you're supposed to be, you're not intimidated by anybody. Unless your life is threatened. But you're not intimidated by that person being more successful, more accomplished, or have greater status than you. Not at all. That's the Somesh B'Chelko. It's not based on what you have, it's based on your perception of who you are, and everything's put into perspective.